As soon as I hear of crime, the first thing that I pray is that the perpetrator isn't black, because I think that we get enough bad press.
Being able to be a street boy and be able to be an intellectual, it helps, definitely.
I think asylum seekers are just another form of immigrants, and we've always had immigrants for thousands of years.
Should we be in Iraq? No. It just seems to me there maybe could have been another way.
Yeah, we should be in Iraq because people have their own rights. Someone shouldn't be able to control everyone. It's not fair, is it?
I don't think we should be in Iraq because it's not our business, is it?
It should be down to their own people to sort it out between them.
Spending millions and billions on a war that will never win anyway. And the Americans accept that, but they can't get out, can they?
Bush is wrong, and so is Tony Blair.
I used to think very highly of him, but now I have lost some of the good spirit I had for him.
I think he's conservative wearing a Labour tie. He's Margaret Thatcher's love child.
Hackney Empire, how you doing? Yeah, man. I know what you're thinking. My God, he's a lot taller than I was expecting. Let me tell you something, you're a lot whiter than I was expecting, but there you go. Welcome. Welcome. It's cool. I love you. It's just that if this is 200 years ago, there'd be a bloke at the back going, if his teeth are good, I'll take him. Now it's a new, hello in the shitty seats. After 3 spit, I'm kidding. Now, I need you tonight to laugh like black people. Now, if you look around, you'll notice we brought some black people with us tonight. Right on. Calm down, love, we've not started yet. The black laugh is a joyous thing, am I right? Yes, the head goes back, the thigh gets slapped, the laugh is up and out, just like, and we're going to try that tonight. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Now that's what I'm talking about. You see, when you laugh like that, you couldn't get an American Express card between the cheeks of your arse, ladies and gentlemen. Any kids here tonight? Yeah. Oh, God, there go all the shagging jokes. Isn't it fantastic what they've done to this place? Big up to the Hackney Empire, man. Look at this place. It's just fantastic. Up north, the clubs are different. Very different. I'll be backstage waiting to go on, looking out at the audience. I just see a fog of cigarette smoke and flat caps. People with no teeth, you know. There'll be a bloke, a compere on the microphone introducing me. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, settle down, please. We've got a young coloured lad coming on the stage right now. He's coloured, that's right, you heard properly. The coloured lad, he's just won a TV talent competition, but don't let that bother you. We'll be the judges tonight, all right? He's still fucking breathing. In 20 minutes, we'll know he's all right. Now then, let's get him up here. He's a big black lad. I'm looking off stage. I can't see him. Give us a smile, lad. Ah, there he is. Ladies and gentlemen, the darkie off the telly, Lenny Henry. That's the kind of gigs I used to do. The Manchester Constabulary Christmas party. And, come on, lads, stop winding him up. Take them hoods off. You can't see through the eye holes anyway. And, it's very nice to be here. Look at this place. When you work in the theatre, you have to use a very grand terminology. Did you know this? Oh, you know, proscenium arch. Footlights. Stage door Johnnies. Yeah, they give you them on a Saturday night on your way home. Have a nice weekend, Mr. Gielgud. Thank you, darling. Whoosh. Lovely. I have to talk to you now. I've done this tour all over the place. I've been to Australia, New Zealand, and I've learned some things, right? British audiences, we're really tame. We're a bit, you know, conservative with a small c, so I'm gonna just prove. Hello? You all right, darling? What's your name?
Jean.
Your name is Jean. Where you from?
Ealing.
You're from Ealing?
Yeah.
Before that? I'm talking roots.
Grenada.
Grenada. I've been there. It was shut. This will be all new to you then, electricity and lights and everything. Gene, look at that guy there with the hat on indoors. How you doing, man? Just in case there's a blizzard inside. What's the matter with you? You're shaming up everybody in the place. Take the hat off. We ain't got no pigeons in here. We've got to. Look at this guy here. There's a guy. What's your name, hat boy?
Simon.
Your name is Simon?
Yeah.
You look very. It's a good haircut. I don't know why you don't take it off and be proud of your proper head. Look at this guy here. He's an older man. He's probably bald underneath that. He needs to. Oh, you're not bald. Oh, good. You have the full head of hair. Not like Simon, who's got too much chemical products on his hair and is falling out at the rate of knots. What's your name?
Victor.
Victor. And what do you do, Victor? Time's up. You have your scarf on though, because it's cold in England. I'll keep my scarf on because you never know. Might get a bit chilly indoors in the Hackney Empire. What do you do, Vic? Victor, we haven't got all night. What's the matter with you? You gotta pick things up. This is show business, Victor. Many things. He's next to a woman with some kind of box on her head. Hello. All right, no, darling. It's very good.
I make them.
You make them?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Does it keep you something to keep you busy?
Yeah.
In your old age?
Yeah. It stops the arthritis.
Stops the arthritis. That's good. And it's good, that hat. You can balance things on it, couldn't you? It's beautiful. Thank you very much. How much would that retail for?
For you, nothing, Lenny.
That's a good job. I wasn't going to offer any money for it, love. I'm only kidding. It's fantastic. You look like a queen down there.
Thank you.
All proud and everything. With your subjects around you. And look at this woman down here. Hello. You're going to peak too soon, love. You're just... What a world. I bet you laugh at the towels in the bathroom when you... Everything is funny. What's your name, laughing woman?
Claudette.
Don't you start. Your name's Claudette?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Hackney.
You're a Hackney person? Very good, Hackney posse. And is this your man?
Yeah.
Are you guys in love or something? He was like, you know, guys are surprised when they're in love. It's like, yeah. Help me. I don't know what happened. I was walking down the road and then she came up behind me and now we have to go out all the time. Well, it's very nice to see you. Aren't they a lovely audience? Give them a round of applause. They're really nice down here. Put the hat back on, Simon. Sure. All right. You look stupid again. You can keep it on. I know your friends are looking at you going, man, you can't believe you took your hat off, man. Because of that idiot off the telly. Put your hat back on, man. If you want to be in that gang, you got to wear your hat. Know what I'm saying? See, the thing about Britain now is, right, we're sort of very tame. If this is in Jamaica, people will be joining in by now. And they don't care what it is. Kingston Playhouse, it's their Shakespearean season, they're doing King Lear. There'll be women on the front row going, hey, Mr. Lear! Mr. You with the crown! Hey! Why you banish your daughter Cordelia like that? It's the other two who are trying to thief your money. You know how we know that? We heard them talking about it when you were out of the room. You might be a king, but you don't know what the hell you're doing. You must be mad. Then later on, of course, King Lear does go mad, doesn't he? Blow winds! They're there going, you see? You see That's right, you should have listened to Sister Eunice at the beginning of Act 1. Now look at you screaming in the middle of a thunderstorm with only a damn fool for company. Don't you ever learn, my friend? We came to see you last week and did exactly the same thing. I'm really glad you guys are here, because normally trying to get black people into the theatre is a nightmare. They're like, me pay £35 to see that bloody idiot Lenny Henry. When I can watch him for free on the UK Gold. You must be crazy. I have to shame every Jamaican in the country when he went on the black and white minstrel show. That's right, I was in the black and white minstrel show, 5 years, read them and weep. Why? I don't know. I met some very nice white guys though. They come in every day. You all right, Len? Yeah, I'm fine. They'd sit down in the dressing room and they put black boot polish all over their face and little white lines around their eyes and mouths. Why would you do that? Have you ever seen anybody black who looked like that? It'd scare the shit out of you, wouldn't it? Can you imagine walking around Wolfman store? Hello, run! But there they were every night. Come down, races, sing this song, doo-da. Meanwhile, I was in the middle of it all going, thank you very much. I went for a job at a building site the other day. As a handyman. The foreman said, can you lay bricks? I said no. He said, can you do plumbing? I said no. He said, what about carpentry? I said no. He said, what makes you think you're so handy? I said, I only live over the road. I was 16. I was like a leper in the black community. Nobody would talk to me. They said special prayers for me in church. Dear God, please save the soul of Lenny Henry and do not let him burn in hell for all his sins against black people. All the doodah day. Okay, now, I'm going to do a character now. He's got a corner shop in Willesden, and his name is Mr. Lister. You all know where Willesden is, doesn't it? It's just up the road from Notting Hill. Anybody see that film, Notting Hill? Yeah. Willesden is where they kept all the black people who live in Notting Hill while they were making that film. Evelyn. My name is Lister. This is my shop. Got all the magazines here. My customers demand Heat magazine because I love to see the celebrities looking ugly. Look at this. Nicole Kidman, boy, she's a skinny woman. I bet when she turns sideways and sticks her tongue out, she looks like a zip. Who else we got here? We got Kate Winslet, Jesus Christ. She's a big woman, Kate Winslet. No wonder the Titanic sank with her on board. I don't like it when people come in the shop and they read the magazines and they don't want to pay for them. They always say the same thing. It's all right, mate, I'm just browsing. That's not bloody right. You don't go into a brothel and feel up the women and go, it's all right, mate, I'm just browsing. I'll be out here in a couple of minutes. Don't worry about me. Hey, Victor, you know the magazines with the naked women on the front? Yes, you're nodding your head. I can see you bloody do. I used to put them on the top shelf. No, all the magazines have naked women on the front. Last week, the Angler's Times started. Had a picture of a naked woman on the front holding a bloody big fish. I don't know where she pulled it from, but she was looking very pleased with herself, I tell you that. I had to extend the top shelf all the way around the shop to make room for the naked women. Then I had to build another top shelf on top of that top shelf. Now I've got 9 top shelves for the naked women, 1 normal shelf down here for everything else. So long as you're not taller than 3'6", you won't be offended. Boy, shop is empty today. We get a lot of competition from Mr. Gupta's petrol station up the road. He sells everything up there. Bread, sugar, milk, flowers. Why is a petrol station selling flowers? You can always tell garage flowers, the minute you put them in the vase, they're dead. No wonder they've been breathing bloody petrol fumes all day. I spent more time in England than when I was in Jamaica. True. When I first arrived here, there was a prostitute in every doorway, a drug dealer under every lamppost. Happy days. Got the CCTV camera up there. Must put some film in that one day. Because it's a very violent area around here, you know. Very violent. It's so bad, the council have painted a permanent body outline on the pavement outside my shop. If somebody gets shot, you just drag them into the outline. Save yourself a lot of time. Thank you. People that were coming in late, if you're still coming in, just make sure you turn these off. You probably didn't hear that announcement, so turn them off. I've got a voice-activated one of these in my car. Anybody got one of those? If you're thinking about getting one, don't, okay, because it's dangerous. I was on the M4 the other day. This guy cut me up. I shouted, "Twat!" I heard my bank manager going, "Hello? Hello? Who is this? Hello?" I heard later he put the phone down and said, "Wanker." He called me back immediately. I was like... With these, your mum can get hold of you 24/7, globally, night or day. Yes, that's right. There's no escape from Big Mother. Yeah, and there's times, aren't there, when you don't want your mum to be calling you. If they'd had these back in the day, it would have been chaos. Imagine this. "We shall fight them on the beaches and in the hills. We will never surrender. Churchill. Hello, Mother. This isn't a very good time. All right, if I'm going into the hills, I will wear something warm. Bonjour, Joan of Arc. Hello, Mom. This isn't a very good time. Actually, Mom, can I put you on hold? I've got another voice in my head. Okay, I'm back. Yes, I am wearing something warm, but I don't think I'm going to need it. Hello, Jesus of Nazareth. Hi, Mum. This isn't a very good time. I'm on the hill. The hammering, oh, it's just some workmen. No, I haven't got anything warm. Can you bring something? Doesn't matter if you're late, I'll still be here. I'll probably sound funny, Mum, because I'm on the hands-free, all right? See these, really important to the black community. I was in Shepherd's Bush Market the other day, talking to some people, and this guy, he was like, "Hey, Lenny, you see me? Hey, Ruba, hey, ooh, hey, Lenny, you see me? Hey, Lenny, hey, you see me? Hey, Lenny, hey, Ruba, hey, you see, hey, Lenny, hey, I'll be dead without my mobile, Lenny, man." My God, he was intense, this guy. He kept his mobile in a leather holster under his arm. When it rang, he was like, "Yeah. It's my mum." Then you get guys like this. "Hi, it's me. I'm just about to catch a 547. Yeah, I'll call you later, love you, bye. Hi, it's me. I'm on the train. Yeah, we're running a bit late. I'd say I'm about 4 or 5 minutes away. I'll ring you just before. Love you, bye. Hi, it's me. I'm just rolling up the drive. Yeah, what's the matter with these people? Where's it all gonna end? Do you think they're like this at home? Hi, it's me. Hey, I'm downstairs. I was wondering if you want sex tonight. Yeah, I'll call you later. Love you, bye. Hi, it's me. What position do you think? Doggy style, raw, that's my favorite. I'll ring you later, love you, bye. Hi, it's me. I'm behind you. Shall I start? Yeah, love you, bye. Hi, it's me. You haven't had an orgasm yet. Well, I'm running a bit late. I'd say I'm about 4 or 5 minutes away. I'll ring you just before. Love you, bye. Hi, Hi, it's me. Yeah, that was it. Everyone's got nicknames in the paras. Inky, they call me, because I'm black. Army humour. Great, innit? Then there's Chinky Willis, because he's half Chinese. Lofty Harris, because he's a short ass. And Twat Murrayfield, because he's a twat. When you're about to go into a wall and there's a chance you might get wounded or die, you start valuing things close to you, like your bollocks. You don't so much worry about dying, it's more what happens after you're dead, you know, like mum having to clear my bedroom out and finding my porn stash on top of the wardrobe. Should have got rid of it before I come out, really. The American soldiers wear sunglasses, we don't do that. We want people to look us in the eye and know where we're coming from. They look at me and go, how's then? Tell you, man, people are poor out here, you've got no idea. In the hospitals, they're lying on slabs, sharing needles. There's not enough staff. There's no proper sewage system. It's like being at home, really. When we first got out here, we were issued with pictures of Saddam Hussein and all his lookalikes. I thought, what's the point of that? They all look the same to me. 11 Freddie Mercurys wearing berets. I mean, what's the point of that? We're a bit jealous of the Yanks because they got all the new kit, you know. They got the little earphones that fit right in their ear. They got the Michael Jackson microphone. Chasing rebels down the street. Shamo! They got the camera mounted on the helmet so they can shoot the video and then sell it to CNN, cut out the middleman. All their equipment talks to them. No, really, all of it. Detecting movement. Enemy ahead. Incoming. They got other messages as well, you know. That was one of ours, asshole. Yeah, you hear that one a lot. We got some new kit. All the British transport now has been kitted out with the global satellite navigation. Yeah, it's that posh bird, you know, the one that goes, left turn, ahead. She ain't too happy about being out here, I can tell you that much. Nah, man, you can tell. We typed in Destination Fallujah yesterday, she started crying. At the junction, right turn, but for God's sakes, be careful. Can't we go to Torquay instead? Hey, hey. Hey, hey, yeah. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. Ah, yeah, yeah. kid down there, gonna have a go then. Took a deep breath and said, oh, bollocks. I like a bit of music. I think it brings us all together. Although I do think that pop music in particular has lost a bit of its innocence, you know? I mean, in the 50s you had, you're a pink toothbrush. I'm a blue toothbrush. In the 60s, I wanna hold your hand. In the 70s, I'm not in love. In the 80s, ha, 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 ha. I know this much is true. What have we got now? F you, you hoe. I don't want you back. What the hell is going on? Victor, did you hear about this bloke? Eamon. Victor, wake up. You can't fall asleep tonight, you know. Did you hear about this kid, Eamon? He was like 18 years old. He made a record called F You, You Ho. He's not talking about garden implements, you know. F You, You Ho, the record was called. His girlfriend, Frankie, she made the reply record, F you right back! What the bloody hell's going on? These kids are arguing, putting on a single, and then putting them out as records. Why the hell don't they call each other? Leave us the hell alone. You know what? I hope their parents make the next record. You effing kids, stop effing arguing. Tidy your effing bedroom. Don't make me effing come effing up there. When he did it live on Top of the Pops, every time he swore, which was a lot, Victor, they had to dip the sound. It was like watching a badly dubbed kung fu film. The poor bloke was there going, all your friends, we don't need them now. All your things, you and how, you right back. Your technique is good, grasshopper. But I will prove your master, you ho. What else is going on? People, I'm listening to a lot of chill out music before I come on stage. You can probably tell the effect it's had on me. And I like chill out music. I like the way they mix it up, you know. They have a bit of drum and bass, don't they? Some Brazilian, some ambient. Get off my land. They mix it up. What are people listening to nowadays all the time? It's people like Eva Cassidy. Somewhere she's dead now. Over she died. The rainbow. Nora Jones is not the pale moon that excites me. She's so small she can fit in a thong. That thrills or delights me. You know what they used to call this music, don't you? Easy listening. That's right, and people are buying it in the shitload. We are, man, we're buying it. This is the music your parents used to buy. We're turning into our parents. There's a bloke down here going, oh God, no. It's true, man. Your mum used to have this music on when she was doing the hoovering on a Sunday afternoon. She'd have Nat King Cole on, wouldn't she? When I fall, move your feet in love. It will be forever. Your dad'd be in the garage. I'm on the top of the world, looking out on creation. Poor Karen, man. The whole audience there going, Karen, eat something. Or move the mic stand so we can see you.
All right, somebody get me a ham sandwich, but without the bread or the meat.
A lot of mellow music around. People are making mellow records because they know they sell. Public Enemy, remember Public Enemy? The most political, blackest, most militant rap group of the 80s. They did things like, bass, how low can you go? Death row, what a brother know. Their new tune is going to be mellow. Hey, Mr. Johnson, can I date your daughter? I promise I won't boff her till after she's 16. New Public Enemy joint there, ladies and gentlemen. Thought you'd be interested. But what I want to know is this, okay? What are we going to sing in the old people's home. What are we gonna... You know what I'm talking about, when they put us in that big room that smells of bleach and wee. What are we gonna sing when they put us in the half circle, you know? And they wrap a blanket round you, whether you want it or not. I'm not bloody cold, are you? No, I'm not cold either. Central heating was up to maximum in this bloody room. I'm boiling now. I was boiling before the blanket. I'm even more boiling now. And then they give you the hot chocolate. I didn't want bloody hot chocolate, did you? I'll be even more boiling if I have this. Then the man with the Bon Tempi organ comes in. You all right, everybody? We're going to have a bit of a sing-song today, aren't we? He's a patronising bastard, isn't he, this bloke? I can't stand him. And then he'll start tinkling away, and he'll look at you, and he'll go, hey, if you recognise anything, just join in, all right? And you'll be sitting there going, oh, I know this one. Please, please tell me now. Is it something I should know? Yes, Mr. Williams, you're in the middle of the women's only ward. You need to go and put your trousers on. Come on. There'll be some old bloke in a wheelchair going, I'm on the highway to hell! I'm on the highway to hell! No, you don't, Mr. Bardell. We're just taking it to the toilet. Stop exaggerating. 5 old dears get up in the corner. Well, I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Go on out, say, tell us what we want, what we really, really want. I'm telling you what I want, what I really, really want. I want me dinner. Finally, Mr. and Mrs. McIntyre stagger to the front. He grabs a microphone, he looks her in the eye, and he says, fuck you, you hoe. I don't want you back. She's going, fuck you right back. The nurses are there going, ah. After all these years, they still love each other. I had a bed bath today. 2 young nurses sponging me down for 10 minutes. There's places in Soho you could pay a lot of money for that kind of thing. But this is on the national health. I could have got up and had a bath on my own, but where's the fun in that? But you know something? There was no response from the big bamboo. He slept through the whole thing like a baby. There was a time when he didn't need no sleep. He was awake 24/7, plenty of energy, always up before me in the morning, boing. Which one we going to see today? The blonde? Let's go and see the blonde. I know her name, I know her face, I know where she lives. If you want, give me the keys, I can even drive. Let's go. What am I doing in here with all these bloody old people? They sit there all day with their worn out teeth, chewing the same piece of bacon over and over, saying the same things to you again and again. It's the only good thing about Alzheimer's, they never run out of conversation. I don't feel old. Got all my faculties. I'm a young man trapped inside an old man's body. People look at me, they say an old man with a dicky heart, instead of a young man with a hearty dick, which is what I was when I was a young man. People talk down to you when you're old, like you're a child or a idiot.
You all right, Mr. Blackwell?
No, I'm not all right. I'm old. Takes me 25 minutes to go to the toilet. I can't get out of this chair without help. And when I bend down to tie my shoelaces, I can't get up again. And that's bloody annoying. Especially when I realize I forgot to put my shoes on anyway. Of course I'm not all right. The entertainment in this nursing home is very poor. We got a woman comes in once a week to do basket weaving. Shoot me now. We got a man comes in to do life drawing. We look forward to him, but he only comes once every 6 months because it takes some of the old boys 5 months to recover from the excitement. One of the inmates, Mrs. Barraclough, she muggled for us, but she kept her vest on. The teacher congratulated her for keeping so still. Then we found out she'd been dead for 3 hours. The only good thing about this place is the medication. We're allowed a little ganja for the arthritis. So I've been growing some in a little patch of the garden. Well, most of the garden. And the greenhouse. And the field next door. This old white lady, Mrs. Davis, uses it to make the cakes. And she sells them at the jumbo sale. Every week there's a queue half a mile down the street. People bumping into each other, giggling, buying stuff they don't want, and stuff that isn't even there. I'll have that pink dragon, please. What the hell you talking about, woman? Oh, look, there's another one. How much for the pair? Shut your mouth. People donate their old albums to this place, but it's not my kind of music. Spandau Ballet. Tapo. What the hell is a Tapo? Souksy and the Banshees. The Smiths. The nurses take those LPs away from us. They say, what's the point in giving the antidepressants if you're going to listen to the Smiths? We played 5 seconds of Girlfriend in a Coma. Mr. Sanders threw himself out the bloody window. We got Val Doonican, Paddy McGinty's goat. What the hell kind of music is that? If that goat ever set foot in Jamaica, would have had him in a curry in 5 seconds flat. Tell you that. Hey Val, you want some rice with that boyo? We got video games. Super Mario. But it's made specially for the over 70s. It's just called Mario. Instead of going into a mysterious world and collecting magical charms, he just has to put his slippers on, cross the road to the post office and get his pension, come back without getting bloody run over. Sometimes it takes all friggin' day. Where's Jean? You all right, Jean? You know we've got a problem, men and women, don't you? Because women are telepathic and we are not. You knew I was going to say that. You nodded your head. It's true. I'm going to party with my wife, right? She's the other side of the room. After a while, she looks at me like this, okay? She goes. Some of the guys missed that, didn't they, girls? I'll do it one more time. She went like this, guys. She went. Now, to her, that means something. But what? Ten minutes later, she does it again. Then she comes over. Why didn't you come over to me? Why did I have to come over to you? Because I'm standing with a really boring guy and I wanted you to come and rescue me. No, you didn't. You just went. Well, that's what that meant. So now we've got a code of looks that we use at parties. I think I know what they all mean, okay? This one means get over here, this guy's really boring, come and rescue me. This one... Stop drooling over that girl, she's much too young for you. This one, careful, he's a fucking journalist. This one, okay, you've had too much to drink, we better go home. And this one, okay, I've had too much to drink, but this guy's really cute and I'm not going anywhere. And we don't want to have to go through these things, do we, guys? Men need clear instructions, don't we? Yeah. You hear that? Yeah. We need things like, buy me flowers. Hold my hand. Notice my hair. My G-spot is here. Clear instructions, that's what we need. There's a kid over there going, Dad, what's a G-spot? His mom's going, no point asking him for Christ's sake. I'm married to a strong woman, right on for the strong ladies in the house. And the thing is, right, you can tell she's in charge because like all born leaders, she speaks in rhetorical questions. Why am I the only one who puts the tops back on things? Is there anyone in this house with any sense at all? Would it kill people to put things away once in a while? Why am I surrounded by idiots? What have I done to deserve this? I can't answer these questions. It'd be like asking Scooby-Doo if there's a God, he'd be like, I don't know. Act wacky. People listen to my wife, nobody listens to me. If I tell my daughter to go to bed, oi, come on, bed now. She looks at my wife first. Am I doing that? Same with the dog. Animals know who's in charge, don't they? It's true, man. Apparently, people with authority have got a blue aura all around them that only animals can see. I don't have a blue aura all around me. Just big letters that say, arsehole. Just before we go out, it's my job to get the dog in and lock the back door, okay? So I'm there. Dolly, come on, the dog's like, are you talking to me? I don't know why it's Robert De Niro, it just makes me laugh, okay? It doesn't even fit, it's a little white West Highland Terrier. Why is that Robert De Niro? It's like a loaf of bread with ears, for Christ's sake. Are you talking to me? Come on, inside, get inside. I'm taking a dump here. Well, I come and bother you and you're taking a dump, asshole. What's the matter with you? Just get inside, get inside. You know what you should do, pal? Go inside and put the tops on them jars like she told you to. If I had thumbs, I'd do it myself, capiche? Now Dawn's here. Lenny, why is the dog still outside? She just goes, Dolly! The dog's like, wham! Right by her side. Straight away. I'm here, man. Don't worry about a thing, all right? I'm right here. Hey, you. See that pile of crap in the backyard? Why don't you go bury that? Make yourself useful. See, in my house, okay, my wife is the sheriff. Do you get me? And I am the deputy. And apparently, I've been told this by a few women now, you've got to have the sheriff in the town because otherwise it will be chaos. I don't mind. I like it. Because the sheriff says things like, oi, get your feet off the table, and the deputy backs her up. You better do what the sheriff says or she'll kick your ass. When the sheriff's around, everything is peaceful. It's like the bar, the saloon, you know? There's card players in the corner playing 5-card stud. The bartender's pouring a sarsaparilla in a dirty glass. The piano player's tinkling away the Yellow Rose of Texas. It's all calm. Then the sheriff says, Deputy, I'm going into town to do some shopping. Well, you can do that, Sheriff. You're a woman here. You know, you go on and do your shopping. I'll take care of things here. You don't have to worry about a thing. There's some kids coming around to do their homework with our daughter, make sure they get fed. I'll do that, Sheriff, I'll rustle up shop, you ain't gotta worry about a thing. You just go out and do your shopping, I'll take care of everything. The sheriff goes out, the kids arrive, all hell breaks loose. They're running all over the house, there's food all over the floor, the car players are fighting, the piano player's drunk, and not one piece of homework has been done. They've got the dog in a Sainsbury's bag, they're trying to jam it into the microwave. The sheriff comes back, fires one shot in the air, bang! Everything is peaceful. Where's the deputy?
He's in there.
She kicks the door down.
Ooh. Wah, wah, wah.
The deputy's lying there with a half-empty bottle of vodka, watching Showgirls Uncut on DVD. Lenny, I'm sorry, Sheriff, it was horrible. They wouldn't listen to me. It was awful. They had little claws running around all over the house. It was horrible, Sheriff. They wouldn't listen to me. Meanwhile, the dog's looking at me going, you know what I'd do at this point, my friend? I'd lie on my back with my legs in the air and lick my ass. Go ahead and try it. So I'm going to do a woman now. I'm going to perform a female character. That's what I'm actually going to do. And I have to watch how you sit, because we guys sit different to the women. We sit really weird. Look at my man down there. What's your name again? Mike, was it? Yeah, I like the way you're sitting, because you're just like this, Mike, innit? G-spot, yeah. I got it. No, because women sit different to guys. You get a bit of this. You get a lot of this. I asked a woman last night why she was sitting like that. She said it makes them look perkier. I like the way you're sitting. What's your name, darling?
Ina.
Your name is Ina?
Yeah.
Oh, you come from the Coronation Street generation. Ina. I like the way you're sitting, because you're holding your hand like that, aren't you? Yeah. It's like you're trying to stop yourself getting away. Lots of women do that. Lots of women manacle their hand like that. I don't know why. And quite a lot of women sit with one cheek on, one cheek off the chair. I don't know why. Actually, I do. I've been married for a long time to my husband, and I'm thinking of leaving him. It's not that he's done anything wrong. He hasn't cheated on me, or slept with my sister, or been with prostitutes, or suddenly turned gay, or beaten me up, or any of the things they have to do on EastEnders before you can leave them. He's nice, reliable, good. He's a good man. That's the problem. He's like the cardigan you bought in the shop. You know the cardigan? It was fine when he tried it on in the shop. But when you get it home, it's not quite the same. It looks a bit plain. And you keep thinking, I wonder if there was anything else in that shop that would have been a bit more exciting. Something with glitter on it, you know? Slit up the thighs, scooped out the back, low cut at the front. Something that says, hey, you see this? Come and get it if you dare. But I wasn't brave enough, so I got a cardigan instead. And now, it's too late to take him back. I met Neville at church. He asked me out. There was no reason not to go out with him, so I said yes. He kissed me once. I think even the Pope would have had more passion than Neville. I think the papal tongue might even have slipped into my mouth once or twice. But not Neville. Some women, I'm not saying all, Ina, but some, need a strong man.
someone to make decisions, you know, like in the films, like Clark Gable or Samuel L. Jackson. The kind of man who'd walk into church, pick you up, throw you over the altar, and have the way with you right in front of the congregation. And then leave 50 pence in the collection box on the way out. Neville wasn't like that. But his best friend, Elliot, Neville called him the Wolfman. He started bringing Elliot to church every Sunday, and you could tell Elliot was not interested in God. He was there for the girls. He would sit there and just look at you. You know that look, Ina? I'd be singing in the choir. I'd catch his eye. I felt like I was standing there naked. It was the sort of look that should be made illegal. You could get pregnant from that look. Even from the back of the church, you could set your ovaries trembling. Anyhow, pretty soon we started going out and things moved quickly, especially his hands. And then one thing led to another, and then another, and then another, until eventually there wasn't anything left for anything to lead to, because he'd found the entrance to the secret tunnel that leads to the treasure cave. He'd got tickets, he bought the t-shirt, he had a torch, he was ready. And I was quite naive, you know. I mean, I knew what to expect, but I wasn't exactly thrilled with the prospect, because let's face it, girls, a man's necessaries are not a great sight, are they? Everything's just fussy. Moving around all over the place. You know, when he comes out the shower and runs towards you in the morning. I think God spent more time in his design for a woman, don't you? Oh yes, he knew what he was doing there, praise the Lord. He took pride in his work, hallelujah. That's right. A woman's body is like a properly made bed. Nice and comfy and smooth. All the hospital corners tucked in neatly. And the pillows plumped up. He knew what he was doing there. That's right. But when it came to the man, his mind wasn't on the job. He must have had an off day. He created Adam and he thought, well, that looks all right. Then he realized he had all these ugly bits left over. What am I going to do with all these? Well, I'll just hang them on the outside. Anyway, that's a lesson for all of us. Before you assemble anything, always look at the picture on the box. So, the first time I saw Elliot naked, it was a shock, I can tell you. You know what I thought? I haven't got room for all that. What the hell do you think I am, a wardrobe? You couldn't ignore it. It was like it suddenly brought a new friend into the room. I didn't know whether to introduce myself and make him a cup of tea, so I just fainted, you know. Just collapsed on the floor. It was all too much. Much too much. Anyhow, later on he took my cherry and most of the other fruit in the basket. And that's when I realized what my Lord, the Creator, had intended. You see, although God had gifted Elliot with a particularly unattractive instrument, when he played it, he brought tears to my eyes.
What do I think of men? I don't know, I think men are from a different planet.
Women, we love them.
I've got a good husband, and we're married for 43 years. So he's all right, he's good.
No, I don't go to the theatre. It's just not for me. I'm a go to football, eat a curry sort of man.
Can't go to the theatre, can't afford it.
I can't sit there and just watch people making a plonk of themselves.
Because the theatre it's like a formal evening, and they're not really into that thing, so it's not likely that you'll see them. You see some black people, but not many.
To go and sit down and watch an opera or something like that, man, come on. A striptease show, baby, yeah, you know.
Welcome back. Did you have a nice interval? Good, I'm glad about that. I was listening to some chill out music in the interval. And those voices you heard there, we recorded them at Shepherd's Bush Market. And I was amazed at how diverse the opinions were, you know. People are really articulate, and I'm trying to develop my own opinions at the moment, which is why I'm doing an English literature degree. Anybody got a degree here? Put your hand up so I can see where you are. Where'd you get yours from? What were you studying?
Midwifery.
Midwifery? And what was the practical like? You didn't have to bring your own child, did you? Sorry. Anybody else? Put your hand up so I can see. Where'd you get yours from? The Open University. It's good, isn't it? That's where I'm doing mine. You stand in the field and the education just flies into your head from everywhere. It's really good. It's me, 15 women in the late 60s, and a bloke from Dartmoor doing 5 years for burglary. Open University is amazing. The English thing, the course is brilliant. It's all feminism and Freud. Every single piece of it. The questions are like, in Jane Eyre, does Mr. Rochester's incarceration of his first wife represent the destructive effect of the penis in 19th century society? Or, Hamlet's behaviour in the Get Thee to a Nunnery scene confirms the fact that all men are misogynistic scum-sucking arseholes from hell. Discuss. I put yes to both of them, and I got an A+. Bloody 9/11. Can't even get a metal fork in my own shop. Everybody dies one day, but it's such a waste, you know. You make mistakes when you're young, you learn from them, and just when things are looking good, you're dead. What's the point in that? You don't spend years building a house and then knock it down when you finish. And the trouble is you don't know when it's going to happen. I am 65 years old. I could have 5, 10 years left. That's no bloody good to me. How can I plan anything? How do I know when to finish spending my money? They put a sell-by date on food to tell you when it's going to go off. I think when you're born, they should give you a die-by date. Then you can get on with your bloody life. Looks like we're going to be out here for a while. One of the lads is thinking about bringing his wife and family out here. Yeah, property prices are falling through the floor. You can get a 5-bedroom house with no roof, no walls. A garden full of rubble and unexploded ordnance, 10 quid. Bring that bird off a change rooms out here with a bit of MDF and a stapler. Couple of years' time, be worth £12.50, that's not bad. I see they fix them traffic lights on Basra High Street. They're hoping that's going to stop the suicide bombers. Yeah, because they're going to be really worried about getting a ticket for running a red light, ain't they, then? Because we've been out here for so long, some of the lads are getting worried, you know, about the Dear John letters from home, from the girlfriend. We stick them on the notice board. We call it the Wailing Wall. Macintosh has got a good angle on it. He says, here, while you've been out there invading Iraq, some bloke back home's been invading your girlfriend. Only difference is, he'll be pulling out a lot quicker than we will.
It's men who start wars. Wars begin because men can't see the other person's point of view. And the reason they can't see the other person's point of view is because their willies are in the way. War is about men's willies. Saddam Hussein thought he had a huge willy. He would strut around showing it off. Look how big my willy is. It is so big I can defy the United Nations and get away with it. And then George Bush came along and said, wait, my willy is bigger than yours, you know. In fact, I have the biggest willy in the whole wide world. Saddam said, oh, no, you don't. Then Tony Blair came along and said, we British don't like to talk about our willies. However, I stand by my friend George's willy. I have seen it for myself, and I can state categorically that it is definitely bigger than the willy of Saddam Hussein. Then Jacques Chirac stepped in and said, wait a second, ho, ho, ho. We French are happy with our willies. We are confident that although we don't have the biggest willies in the world, we do have the most stylish. And therefore we don't have anything to prove, and we won't get involved in this war of willies. Well, by now, Bush and Saddam had insulted each other's willies so much that we had to go to war. And now, nobody cares whose willy is bigger, because they keep trying to blow each other's balls off.
Tell you something, Bush and Blair thought Saddam was a threat because he had weapons of mass destruction. But the threat wasn't real because the weapons weren't there. So Bush and Blair must have imagined those weapons were there. That means we went to war because of a figment of Bush and Blair's imagination. Maybe that's why they get on so well. They both live in the same imaginary world. So after a year and a half of not finding weapons that weren't there, Blair still won't acknowledge that they weren't bloody there. The man is delusional. No, when he has a state dinner party at 10 Downing Street, he insists to lay an extra place for his imaginary friend. If Bush is coming, they set the table for 4. Bush and Blair sit down and talk about the important things like their wives and sport and music, while the imaginary friends decide which threat they're going to deal with next. This is not a good situation. When people start imagining things that aren't there, what you do is you give them treatment, you don't put them in charge of the bloody country. No, that's a real threat. Every night, you can catch Tony Blair sleepwalking round 10 Downing Street in his pajamas, singing away, I saw a bomb. Where? There on this stair. Where on this stair? Right here. Come on, Tony, time for bed. Get your medication, come on. Iraq. Iraq, nothing changes. Mr. McCafferty, he was there in the First World War when it was called Mesopotamia. He says it was a mess then, it's a bloody mess now. Mr. McCafferty is 104. He's so old, his call-up papers arrived on 2 slabs of stone carved out with a chisel. He was a brave soldier, though. You told him to guard a position, he guarded with his life. He's like that with the toaster in the morning. He won't let anybody get near it. I don't know why he ain't got no bloody teeth to eat the toast with. Says it was in Mesopotamia fighting the Turks. I think he's still got a bit of post-traumatic stress, you know, because every now and again, he'll clip his medals to his vest and make a single-handed attack on the doner kebab restaurant down the street. By the time he gets there, he's bloody knackered. So they sit him down, liquidize a shish kebab, give him a straw, sign the surrender document again, and then bring his backside home. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out now. Over. I'm on my own down here, but I will check it out. Over. Piss off, kid. Go on, clear off. No, I am not Sol Campbell. Of course, now that we've been out here for this long, I'm starting to worry about the Dear John letters from home. It's ironic, isn't it? Nah, man, you get good at picking up signs that your girlfriend's going off you. He used to say, "All my love, can't wait to get you back home and lick whipped cream out your belly button. Kiss, 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 heart, 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 kiss, 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 heart, 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 kiss, 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 heart, 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 smiley face." Now it's kind regards. I don't want that to happen to me, so I've written my girlfriend Debs a letter. Dear Debs, I know you said you'd wait for me, but it looks like we're going to be out here for a while now, and I was thinking, if you want to go out with someone else, then I don't want to stand in your way. I mean, I know Curtis Hughes fancies you, and you might fancy him. I don't know why, because he's a knob. But you might get drunk one night, and he might walk you home and try and snog you, and you go, "Hang on, I'm going out with Daniel." And you go, "How's Daniel going to know?" And I mean, I know you probably wouldn't do it, but if you did, I'd be gutted. But if we weren't going out, I'd have no right to be gutted. But I'd be gutted anyway, because I care for you. And you say you care for me, and if you do care for me, then why would you do that, Debs, eh? Hey, Debs? With him, eh? With that wanker. Why would you do that with him? Hey, Debs? Hey? Hey, Debs? Anyway, if he did do that, I'd probably kill him. And get done for murder. And all our lives would be ruined just because of one cheap snog with an evil, worthless dipstick. Oh, my love. Daniel. Maybe I won't send it just yet, eh? Hey? What you say? Huh? No, you know what? I won't look behind me to see if I got any mint imperials up there. You know why? Because my passport doesn't say arrived yesterday on the banana boat. Now bugger off home and get some money. Then I can come back and buy something. Go on, clear off. Cheeky like a rat, did you? I used to watch the war every night on the TV. with Reggae Omar. You know Reggae Omar? That's right, the only black reporter the BBC had out there, you know. Reggae Omar. It was brilliant. I think they called him Reggae because whenever he come on, they put a little rhythm of explosions in the background. Well, here I am reporting from Iraq. I'm in downtown Baghdad. I can see the explosions in the south of the city. It's an apocalypse. It's an apocalypse. It's a terrible nightmare. This is Reggae Omar for the BBC, downtown Baghdad, in the house. Booyakasha! When it can't stand this bloody nursing home. Every time you fall asleep, they move your friggin' wheelchair. I don't want to look out the window. When I was young, I went out with this pretty girl. Her name was Dominique, boy. She was sexy. She wasn't frightened of any position. We did the Kama Sutra in a week. Then we did the Yellow Pages. That was her idea. All women are the same, trying to trap you. Saying they is pregnant, I'm saying don't try and trap me, woman. It took us 400 years to get rid of slavery. I don't want to start again. I'm 84 and I'm still alive. I wasn't expecting that. When I reached 70 years and 10, I went out and spent all my money on wine, women and song, thinking that was it. That was 14 bloody years ago. I've been thinking about going back to some of those women and asking for my money back. They'd say, get lost, old man. Some of the things you made us do, you got yourself a bargain. If there is a God, I feel sorry for him. I'm 84 and I feel like this. He is billions of years old. God knows how he feels. No wonder the world is in such a mess. He's stuck in an old people's home in a wheelchair watching daytime TV. His hearing aids broke so he can't hear prayers. He hasn't touched solid food for thousands of years. And his son won't come and visit him. That's why I'm sitting here waiting for death to come and fetch me. That's right, death in his hooded cloak and his sharp, pointy scythe. Where the hell is he? He's late. Maybe it's too much work for one person. Death's plate is overloaded. That's why there's so many old people wandering around full of health. Right, Victor? I think Death should get himself an apprentice. Wouldn't start him off on anything big, you know. Begin with the fairground goldfish in the plastic bag. Build up to the rotted plane crash in the mountains. This time last year, I got sick to the back teeth of waiting for Death to come and fetch me. I said to Mrs. Schumann, come on, I've had enough. Slip some tablets in my tea and I'll be off. Well, I woke up feeling kind of strange. I thought maybe this is heaven, until I saw Mrs. Schumann on her way back from the toilet. She said, what are you still doing here? I said, never mind that, woman. What did you put in my tea last night? She said, I can't be sure, but I can't seem to find my Prozac or my laxatives. Well, the result was I crapped my pants 4 times a day for a month. But I was very relaxed about it, you know. I lost my virginity pretty soon after I arrived in England. Well, I say I lost it. My best friend, the Wolfman, paid a woman £2 to take it from me. She took it so quick I didn't even see it go. I held on to that virginity for 23 years. It was gone in 5 seconds. And I felt so frightened, you know, full of guilt. I went to church to pray for forgiveness. And in church, they have prayers for things like birth and marriage and death, but they ain't got no prayers for the things that really trouble you. There should be a special list of prayers. Dear God, deliver me from the clap. Heavenly Father, don't let my landlady be pregnant. Let us turn to the backs of our prayer books now for number 75. Oh Jesus, don't let this rash be anything serious. They got some major diseases going around out there nowadays, you know. They got the AIDS, they got the HIV, they got the SARS, they got the CJD, they got the KFC. Hepatitis A, B, and C. When they invented hepatitis, why do you think they start at the beginning of the alphabet? That's not a good sign. They obviously think there's more to come. I suppose when you get to hepatitis Z, your bollocks just explode or something.
I met Neville in church. I was in the choir. There were 12 of us and we were a force to be reckoned with. I would stand at the front because I'm a soprano. The sopranos are the show-offs in the choir, you know. We get to do all the vocal gymnastics, the backflips and the handsprings and the splits. The rest of the choir are there to make sure we get a safe landing. Come on. And I used to get this buzz when I was singing, you know. Like the Holy Spirit. Sort of filled my entire body. Especially when we're doing
Jesus, come to me. Hallelujah, come to me.
And this feeling would ripple through my chest, travel down to my stomach, then to the tops of my thighs, where it would stay for a good 30 seconds, vibrating the whole time.
Hallelujah, come to me.
And I would think, well, hang on, this feels a little bit sinful. But how can this be? We're in God's house singing his praises. But you know something, Victor? It felt good. And then, when we got to this part, just wait, Victor.
Jesus, come to me and enter my heart and soul. I said, Jesus, come to me and enter my heart and soul.
And my knees buckled, and I had to sit down and dry out. Jamaican church can do that to you. And I wasn't the only one who felt like that, you know. All the girls in the choir would leave church on a Sunday afternoon feeling that the Holy Spirit had entered them, or at least stood at the front gates and looked up the drive.
I always wanted my son to take over this shop. I wanted the Lister family name to be one of the great retail family names of England, like Sainsbury, Tesco, Marks and Spencer, Spud You Like. But he joined the army instead and now he's in Iraq. I don't know what he's doing out there waiting to be blown up by rebels when he could be here serving Mrs. Adams with 20 Marlboro and a buckle of Sterident. That's a much safer job. Unless you give her the wrong change, then she will kill you. Hell hath no fury like a woman 20p shot. I've been married to my wife Rachel for 30 years now. You know the secret to a successful marriage? Absence. I work here all day. I see her for 1 hour in the evening, perfect. 60 minutes is just long enough to get in each other's bloody nerves, and then it's bedtime. I've never strayed. Where would I go? Who would I go with? I haven't got time to have affairs like all the people in the magazines. If I had an affair, who'd look after the shop? And everybody round here would know, wouldn't they? Whereas Neville is not in the shop, no, he's round the corner having an affair. You all right, Miss McCormack? What you looking for today, darling? It's Miss McCormack. She's a bit blind and half deaf. Excuse me for a sec. You don't mind, do you? You all right, Miss? What you looking for? You want the tampons? Oh, they're right down there by the corned beef, darling. She want the tampons. They're right down there, darling. You want the ones with the wings? Because you like them normally, don't you? She likes the ones with the wings. That's right, ain't it? Or you want the dry weave top shit with the wings? Well, they're down there because you have the heavy flow, don't you, darling? That's right. She have the heavy flow. That's right, with the wings. You like them because they tuck in, don't they, darling? They tuck in. That's right. They give you the heavy flow. That's right. That's good. But no, put that down. That's Rivita. You don't want that, darling. She don't want the Rivita, do she? No, you don't. That similar box, different content. You don't. No, you don't want that. It's a crisp bread, love. You don't. Please do. Oh shit, she put the money down and she gone with the Rivita. They haven't done the blue liquid test on them. Well, I hope she doesn't start wearing them. Come the end of the month, you'll hear her crunching from 100 yards away.
Well, I couldn't resist Elliot. He was like a drug. And then one day, the inevitable happened. I missed first 1 month, and then the next. I told him, and then everything went wrong. What do you mean it was my fault? You saying you had nothing to do with it? Well, who was that humping away on top of me and calling out the name of Jesus? Who forgot to bring the contraception? Who said it'll be all right and everything will be removed at the last minute? Well, nothing was removed at the last minute. Everything stayed where it was. Indoors. What happened? Your clock stopped? It is not my responsibility. How am I supposed to know when it's your last minute? What am I, the man who rents out the pleasure boats? Number 33, your time is up. Get out of there. I've got self-control, you said. Trust me, you said. And then there you are, screaming out the Holy Father's name. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. Well, wherever God was, he wasn't answering the call that day. Tell you something, Ina, when a man is inside you, he will promise everything in that last minute. Oh, yes. I love you. I'll get a job. Let's get married. I'll stop drinking and smoking. I'll come to the carpet warehouse with you on a Saturday. Anything, just don't stop moving like that. Ha, 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 ha. And then, hallelujah, the eagle has landed. And they lose all interest. They say, hey, sweet cakes, want a cup of tea? Well, make me one while you're down there. 2 sugars and call me a taxi. The only person I told was my mother, Lorraine. I hope she would understand. She said I was going to burn for all eternity in a lake of fire. She could be a right pain in the ass, my mom, sometimes.
When I was young, I was the Wolfman. I was a bad boy, walking on the wild side. And sometimes a woman can recognize a wolf, you know, and she wants to walk on the wild side as well. Because women choose men, not the other way around. Men think they are choosing women, but that's because they are idiots. A man can't even choose which shirt to wear in the morning. Or you expect him to choose a woman. But if a woman chooses the Wolfman, you can be sure of one thing, he will leave her. Because when you go out with the Wolfman, you're going to be sleeping with the Wolfman. You're not sleeping with the teddy bear man. When you sleep with the teddy bear man, you wake up in the morning, he's still there. Morning, sweetheart. You want a cup of tea? Sleep with the Wolfman, you wake up in the morning, he gone. The only trace of him is a dent in the bed and a dent in you. You know where he is? He's in the woods. When you hear, oh, 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 you know he's with your best friend. Or your mom. Or your grand. Hey, age ain't nothing but a number. I'm a equal opportunity entertainer and fornicator. I ran wild and free until I had a little heart attack. That knocked most of the stuff out of me, I can tell you. That's when they captured the Wolfman and dragged me back here to the Sunnyside Residential Care Home for the Elderly. I sometimes wonder if me and Rachel could have made it together, you know. When Rachel was having Daniel, she asked me to come to the hospital. I didn't realize how long it take for the baby to come out. I felt like the people on that TV program, Badger Watch, you know. I was there for hours with cups of tea and sandwiches, waiting for him to poke his little nose out and have a look around. And they say badgers are shy creatures. Well, so are babies. And Rachel was screaming in pain. I kept saying, it won't come out if you keep making all that bloody noise, woman. You were frightened. It's up there right now, all safe and warm, thinking, I don't know what all that racket is out there, but I'm going to wait till it stops before I come out. Could be up there for weeks. And as I looked at her, all covered in perspiration, with tears in her eyes, I thought to myself, how beautiful she looked. And as she clutched my hand, I felt the pain of childbirth with her. Mainly because she had just broken 3 of my fingers. Anyway, the baby came eventually. He shot out like he was on the log flume at Alton Towers. Jesus Christ, catch him! Shut the door! I thought he was going to stand up and say, that was fantastic. Can I have another go? You, fatty, get me a ice cream. Thank you very much. And I was surprised, you know. I was shocked because he was a ugly baby. Jesus Christ. He was ugly, you see. It was like it was inside out or something. And he wouldn't stop crying. Tears pouring down his face. I said, you'll bawl even more when you see yourself in the mirror.
When my mother Lorraine died, we didn't bother getting her embalmed. She was already pickled by the bitterness. Seemed ashamed to waste the money. Lorraine didn't take to Neville, and the feeling was mutual. Neville called her Jaws. Whenever she came round on Sunday for chicken and rice and peas, Neville would stand in the background going, duh, 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 duh. She didn't like Daniel very much either, you know. I mean, she had her reasons, but all the same, he was just a boy, you know. Anyway, we buried her face down so she won't be able to find a way out. What's wrong with that? Is that wrong, Ina? At her funeral, I sang a song. I can see clearly now, Lorraine has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. You can join in if you want to, you know. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. Come on, no? It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. After the funeral, quite a lot of people came up to me and said they didn't think it was very appropriate. I said, well, you just didn't know my mother.
Crime in this area is getting worse. Nowadays, we have to go into the home through a security door. We have to remember a security code. What stupidness! What's the point of telling somebody with Alzheimer's to remember their code? They can't remember their friggin' name. But I suppose they're doing the right thing because criminals these days carry guns. And they pick on old people because they say we are a easy target. I think all old people should be allowed to carry guns. When you reach 65, they should give you a bus pass and a Smith & Wesson 45 and a ration of 3 magazines of bullets a week. 1 for when you're going to get your pension, 2 for on the way back. I'd like to see them pick on you then. How is this for an easy target? No, you ras bastard, you. Plaps! Badadaps! Plaps! Hey, Victor. They could build guns into your Zimmer frame, you know. You got 4 barrels pointing at your sorry horse, young man. Each Zimmer carries 500 rounds. I can't be certain as to whether I fired 499 bullets or 500. Question is, do you feel lucky? That's how I'd like to spend the rest of my days, riding shotgun on the back of Mrs. Delaney's wheelchair, in my wraparound shades, with a pump-action shotgun in one hand and a Uzi in the other. I would sing as well, I shot the sheriff, touch my pension and I'll shoot your ass.
I saw the Wolfman in the street the other day. I couldn't believe how much he'd changed. You know how sometimes you look over the fence and you notice that the grass is greener on the other side? Then you jump over the fence and you look a bit closer and you see that actually it's a bit thin and scorched and there's weeds growing on it. and he's diabetic and walks with a stick. Then you jump back over the fence and you notice that your lawn actually looks pretty good. And then you think to yourself, I can't be doing with all this jumping backwards and forwards over fences. Life is too short. Anyhow, Neville is a good man. And his lovemaking has improved. It had to. At first, there was a lot of fumbling. It was like a man trying to thread a needle. In the dark. Wearing boxing gloves. I was very patient with Neville. Neville, that's not quite it. Neville, you need to be a bit lower down. You need... Just take your time and lower down, Neville. You need to be low... No, you don't want to go there, Neville, please. What is the matter with men sometimes? So quick. He was so fast. Neville, slow down. Neville, take your time. Neville, just take your time. Neville, please. Relax, darling. Take it. Neville, I've still got my tights on. Jesus. When you see my toes going like this, it's a clue. I don't think I will leave Neville, you know. I know I could, and I think knowing that helps me to stay. I'll keep the cardigan for a while.
I never wanted to be married. What's the point of getting married just to split up when she finds me in bed with another woman? People are stupid. Married people especially. Well, we were going to get divorced, but we decided to wait until the children grew up. If you'd never had children, you wouldn't have to wait for them to grow up. You could just split up straight away. And what's the point of bloody children anyway? When you're old, they stick you in a nursing home and they don't come and visit you. I can have all the benefits of no one coming to visit me without all the bollocks of having children in the first place. Oh, you think that's funny? Eh? You think it's funny being old? You think it's funny putting your teeth in a glass at bedtime and then waking up in the middle of the night and having the shit scared out of you? Well, one day you'll realize it's not funny to be old, you hear me? You hear me? Well, I can't hear the Wolfman anymore. He must have run out of things to say. Listen, you've been a lovely audience. Thank you very, very much tonight. Hang on. I have to say thank you to everybody here, all the crew. I have to thank the people at Shepherd's Bush Market who were so wonderful, contributing to the audio section of the show. Lenny, there was this one guy who's incredibly articulate. Lenny, he was really... Lenny, hang on, I'm being heckled here. Rachel, what's going on? We haven't finished the show yet, you know. What are you talking about, Rachel? I'm telling you, we haven't finished the story. Look at Ina down here. She doesn't know what the hell's going on, do you, darling? Nice outfit, by the way. I have some things I need to sort out with Neville. Rachel, what are you talking about? You're not supposed to talk to each other. You're just supposed to talk to the audience. Oh, you mean? I've been married to him for 30 years. I can talk to him whenever I want. Neville, we need to talk. I can't talk, no, Rachel. Can't you see I'm busy?
What on earth's been going on in here?
I was putting Eastern European sluts on the top shelf and the whole damn thing collapsed. Look at me, I'm knee-deep in filth. I've got Asian hardcore babes with big jugs right next to the Catholic Gazette. That can't be right.
Never mind that. Look what I found in Daniel's bedroom on top of the wardrobe.
That looks like porn to me.
I know what it is.
Well, he never got it from me. He probably got it from Gupta's petrol station up the road. That man sells everything up there, you know. Remember those flowers I got for you last week?
Yes, I know they were dead the minute you put them in the vase. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about Daniel.
What about Daniel? What you pulling that face for? I am not telepathic in a woman. What's Lenny Henry doing here?
He was trying to stop us talking. Oh, he was he? Well, let me tell you something, young man. The black and white minstrels, that was the worst thing that happened to black people in this country. Oh, come on, I was 16, singing Alabama with a banjo. I was not singing, look, I just want to finish that. No, Lenny, shut up. No, Neville. I've invited someone over. Wait. What the hell kind of place is this? They interrupted life drawing to tell me that I had to come all the way to Willesden and risk life and limb and find the corner shop with the permanent body outline on the pavement outside. Rachel. Hello, Elliot. My God, Rachel. You're beautiful then, you're beautiful now. Just being in the same room is breathing life into the big bamboo. Don't look at me like that. I feel naked. Stop chatting to my wife, you dirty old man. My God, it's the Wolfman. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, it's the virgin boy. Ow, 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 ow. You still owe me £2 for that woman I bought for you who took your cherry, by the way. What's Lenny Henry doing here? Never mind him. The black and white minstrels is a carbuncle on the ass of every black person. Will you shut up about that show? Look, I just want to finish that. Lenny, can I borrow your phone? We're not supposed to use it during the show. Give it to me. I'm going to call Daniel. What you calling Daniel for? I'm going to tell him. Why? He's in Iraq. He has a right to know. Well, if you do that, I'm leaving. Oh, don't be so childish. Childish. I'll show you, bloody childish woman. Never Lister. If ever you want sex without the tights again, get back here now. All right, woman, there's no need for that. I'm going to call my son, Daniel. I know it's your counter, but it's a cheer now. Hello, Daniel. It's your mother. How are you doing? Hello, Mom. This isn't a very good time. We're lost. We're about 50 miles off course. How did that happen? It's a satellite navigation lady. She's trying to take us to Torquay for some reason. What's going on, Mum? This won't take a moment. I just want you to talk to your father. Hello? This is the Wolfman? Who is this? Hello? Who is this? I asked you first. Who the hell is this? Oh, give me the phone. Daniel? Rachel, don't do this, you know. Daniel, I was pregnant with you when I married your father, Neville. The man you were just talking to is your birth father. His name is Elliot, otherwise known as the Wolfman. Rachel, we can't get into all this now. I'm trying to resolve the story. The boy has a right to know. Mom, you're breaking up. I can't hear you. I'll call you later. I got a son. I just talked to my son. You ain't got no right to call him your son. It was me who brought him up. Whoever planted the seed, harvest the weed. Don't you talk to me like that, and don't you threaten me like that. You can't hit the old age pension. Oh, no. Oh, shit. You left me to bring up your child, you rascal. I've got a replacement hip. You'll need a replacement head when I finish with you. Oh, God, my catheter's leaking. Bloody hell, Rachel, I've not a fight since I was 14. This is a mess. That's typical of men. They won't listen to anything. If there were women, it wouldn't be like this. With the girls, it's the willies again getting in the way. Oh, shut up, Rachel. It doesn't matter if they're men, women, or dogs. It's still a mess. You didn't mention a dog. Hey, what are you talking about a mess? See what I just did in the corner there, my friend? Now that's a mess, Kabish. Stop! All these voices in my head, I feel like bloody Joan of Arc. Hello? Yes? Okay, I'll tell them. Thank you very much. That was about Daniel. He's been shot. He's dead. No, no, please God, no. That's what the man said. It isn't true. I'm sorry, but it is. My son. My son is gone. Death must have finally got himself an apprentice. The little bastard screwed up on the first day. I can't believe it. He was going to take over the shop. I left a space for him on the sign. It was going to say, "and son." But no. Lenny, what have you done? Look, it's an ending. Things have to end. We don't like this ending, Lenny. Bring him back. I'm not going to bring him back. I've got to finish the show. We're not leaving until you bring Daniel back. I agree with her. Me too. Why are you doing this to me? I will not be held to ransom by figments of my own imagination. Why not? It's good enough for Tony Blair. Please.
Do not encourage him. Okay. Rachel, use it there. What about me? You shut up. Daniel? Yeah. Daniel, it's me, Len. I've been shot. I thought I was dead. Yeah, sorry about that. That's my fault. Daniel, you got to come home. All right, Len. Give us a hand, mate. What's going on, Len? It's a long story. Listen, man, I'm not being funny, but you don't be walking around out here with a suit on. You'll be a prime target. Especially as most of them have got UK gold. How are we going to get home? You leave that to me. You what? We're 200 miles northwest of Basra with no transport. What are we going to do? Don't worry, I'll just change the lights and cut the sound. Mum. Mum. Right, Ina. Mum, Dad, other weird dad. I've got some good news. I'm back. Oh, Daniel! Praise God! Hey, boy, you come back! So, they shoot you in the ass and you survive, eh, son? Good job it wasn't the other side. Whoa! Oh, Daniel. Please don't go back to that war ever again. Mum? Yeah? Bit of breathing space. Sorry. Oh, well, I'm glad you're all happy because I've got more news. Debs is pregnant. What? Another bastard in the family? Oi, that's out of order. You can't talk to my son like that. I'm going to be a grandmother. Everybody stop. Got Daniel back for you. What more do you want? What are you doing? Well, Lenny, you brought us here. I know. And you must know why you brought us here. Why did you bring us here in the first place? Well, because you've all got so much to say. Exactly. All right, well, here we are in Hackney. Have you got anything else you want to say before we leave this beautiful place? Well, Lenny, I didn't realise I was going to be speaking in public. Otherwise, I'd have worn a hat. I just want to say, everybody has a right to be heard.
I would say stop fighting each other. Mm-hmm. For each nation seems to be rising up against each other and bombing each other every day and killing each other.
That's right.
Young children are suffering because of this war. And please do something else other than have war.
You can finish your show now. My name is Lenny Henry. Thank you very much. Good night.
I define myself being British because I speak British and I got a British passport and my mum's British.
How would I define being British? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't class myself as British.
Well, if you're born here, you're British. I mean, some people don't accept it as that, but you know.
Well, I wasn't born here, but I'm more British than some of the British because I enjoy being here.
Well, I spent more time in England more when I was in Jamaica.
I came here in 1960 and I have 6 children. I have 3 born here, 3 in Jamaica, and when I came here, I worked like a slave.
So much things to say, so much things to say. come to fight flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high and low places. So while they fight you down, stand firm and give Jah thanks and praises. Cause I do expect to be justified by the laws of men, by the laws of men.